Yo, what up? It's Beast Mode. We're back. We got a Scandinavian game. I'm playing with the white pieces, and we start off. We go E4, standard stuff, and he goes to the Scandi. So we take. He takes back with the queen, and then we bring the knight out to C3, right? And then 3 different lines. Most people I play with go here. He goes all the way back to D8. So I bring the bishop out. He brings the knight out, and then I kind of forget the rest of the theory, but we'll go over that later. So I push the pawn to D3. Ultimately, best move is go D4, and we'll go over that later in the video here. But nevertheless, he pushes E6, so I bring my knight out, and like I said, I don't know where I'm at in the theory here. I'm just basic chess principles, right? Develop all your pieces. He plays A6, just stopping anything from going to B5, like my bishop or my knight. So I decided to castle, right? Get my king to safety. And then he starts launching pawns at me, right? So simple, just drop back. He develops his knight to D7. Then I play A3, just so I always have this square to drop back with my bishop. Nothing will ever land on this square here, like pinning my knight to eventually my rook, who I'm going to place on E1. So he develops a bishop to B7, right? Takes this long diagonal, looking right down the center. Then I bring my rook out on the E file. H6, computer says it's inaccurate. I thought it was pretty good in the game because I kind of planned on eventually maybe putting something over on the G5 square. So I kind of play a waiting move. I'm not really sure what to do, so I decided to do the same to him. Let's block off that G4 square, stop that knight from causing chaos over on my side of the board. He brings the bishop out, and I say I just want to simplify in this position, right? I'm willing to trade off the dark square bishops. I got some pawns on some light squares. I feel like it's alright if I just get rid of it. And then he plays this move here, C6. I don't really understand it that well because at the end of the day, like, you got this bishop on this nice long diagonal, and you just box your boy in there. Nevertheless, I play knight to E4, right? Computer really likes just taking and going like this with this this setup here. Wait, maybe not. No, it likes D4, a D4 in this position, right? Which at the end of the day, the bishop wouldn't have been there in the first place if I had started off the game on like move 4 with D4, which is the right theory, but it doesn't matter. We ball, right? But I decided to play knight to E4, right? Putting pressure on this bishop, like kind of forcing the trade here. And he takes, and then I find this this move. Computer doesn't love it. There is a way out of this, but I see a king that hasn't castled yet, so I decide to play a check. This kind of intermediate move. Now, I did calculate king here. I take, but then he has this sacrifice move here, check. And then I probably should take back with the king. And then he has a little check right here with the queen to win my knight back. And then if I move out of the way, then he's just up a pawn, right? So I missed this queen check here. Clearly he did too. In my mind, I thought I might be able to get something going with like a check right here, a little sacrifice. I calculated that, it didn't work. But he messes up and he just goes king f8, right? So I take the bishop back to even material, loses his castling rights, and he brings his queen out. So I decide my plan going forward is I'm gonna stack stuff, eventually bring my rook onto the E file, just get a triple battery, triple barrel shotgun going down this E file right here. And then he brings a knight out, attacking my bishop. So I just dropped it back, right? That's why I played a3 in the first place. Interesting here. Computer likes this line right here, just going right for the sack. So you sack here. Brilliant. It would have been a brilliant move. I thought I might have that in my head when I calculated it, but I just felt like I needed another piece of firepower here. So let's see. Best move for him in this position, according to the computer, queen here, defending this f7 square. But I feel like that's not a move they probably would have played. They probably would have played something like knight here. Then I take again, sacrifice the rook. It's actually, they got mate on the board here. Right here. Queen c7. You gotta bring the other knight in. He's gotta play g6. Yeah, I just don't know if I was gonna find all that. Nevertheless, I did just drop the bishop back, right? So he attacks my rook right here, and I decide to just drop the bishop. And then I actually blunder right here. I forget this is a queen. Just staring right at this knight. Still putting a decent amount of pressure on him though, and he freaks out and he just completely misses it. So I give a check here. Can't go here and attack the knight because this knight's defending that square. Forces him over to g8, and then I don't know what else to do with this knight. Best move here is to give another check, knight to e7, king f8, and then it wants me to take. Just onslaught on the king. Missed that again though. I get tunnel vision. I'm like, oh shoot, I hung this. So I decide just to get rid of the light square bishop. Probably should have spent more time calculating here. I got plenty of time on the clock. So we trade back. I get his rook in the corner. I slide my rook over to this g file. Eventually, I'm gonna have some attacking ideas on this pawn here. Finally gets my knight back. I kick that knight out on c5 so I can take this e6 pawn, which I do. He slides his knight over. So I double up on the e file again. And then I just go for the trade of queens while I'm up in material. Starting to run a little low on time, so I'm trying to move a little quicker at this point. Take this pawn on g7. He's threatening this fork here. I did see it. I thought in this position maybe just best to simplify, so I let him go for the fork. I'm clearly still winning here. Going back, I probably shouldn't have let him done that, but hindsight's 20/20, and it doesn't matter. Keep moving forward, and we get an end game, kind of a time scramble here. I'm just trying to move quick, grabbing some pawns here and there, start pushing my pawns forward, get my king to the center, right? Take there, and now I block this pass pawn here. All right, and I got kind of a 3-on-2 with an extra passer going up the middle of the board, up the d file. I thought I messed up here. Like I said, low on time. I was like, oh shoot, I kind of have to take, and then I should just spent the extra 5 seconds to calculate that my king could have got over there in time, and these pawns aren't at risk of being lost. So I thought, hey, if I bring my rook back and he takes, I take back with the queen, or with the king right here. I get a jump start on that pawn. But he just he decides to leave it. Right, he slides his king back, which is, I don't really get that move. But then I think, all right, I'm gonna start pushing something over here on this 3-on-2. Gives me a check, just slide back. Now I'm free from that pin with the rook, and now I got 2 passers to his 1 passer. Right, go over there, attack it, start pushing. not the best. Like I got 30 seconds, so I'm just time scramble right now. And at this point, I decide, let's not be accurate. Let's just try to beat him on the clock. Right? I don't think he's gonna be able to come with something because there's no bonus time here. I think I'll just be able to beat him if I just move quick. Give a check here. Just moving fast. He's got 3 seconds. Trade, and then he times out. Right, ends up even. Definitely a little sloppy at the end, but we get the dub nevertheless. All right, so let's go back to the opening. So we got the Scandinavian e4, e5, take, bring the knight out, attack the queen. He drops it back. I know for a fact I'm supposed to bring my bishop out, and he develops a knight. I kind of forget the theory here, so let's check out the theory. Right, going back to my analysis board, I got this prepared. So standard Scandi, bring the bishop out, he brings the knight out. I'm supposed to develop my knight to f3. Right, in this game I didn't. I pushed to d3. So what's supposed to happen is he brings his knight out, and then I go d4, and I just kind of take control of the center, like so. Right, cool little trap here. If he decides to pin my knight to my queen with this bishop, with the light square bishop, I have this move here. Right, knight e5, and if he takes the queen, it's mate. So just cool little line there, something to keep in the back pocket in case one of your opponents messes up. But no, this is the position we're supposed to get here. Something like this, or even he can pin if this knight gets out here defending this e5 square. If you ever get in this position, push the pawn to d5, send the knight running, drop the bishop back to, oh, let's see this line. Oh, that's a cool line here. So you push, if he attacks you, by bringing that knight over to a5, drop the bishop back, kind of bait him into taking this pawn here. Then you give that check on b5, and the most natural move, obviously, is just to block with the pawn. And here you can take with the queen, right? And this pawn can't take the queen because it's pinned right here. And then from here, nice and easy. That's a nice position to play. You got all your pieces developed versus just his knight and bishop. Or let's see what else. If he takes, you take with the knight, and that's even worse for him, right? Because can't take the knight because it's pinned. And if he takes the bishop, then you have this fort, and you win a rook. So cool little line there. Something to keep in mind next time I go up against the Scandi. But thanks for watching. If you guys want to play, just give me a follow, drop a comment down below, and I'll play post a game repack.